There's a heat temperature on it. You can raise it, lower it, however you guys want. But it's really cool because, you know, in the summertime, who all wants to cook on the stove, right?
Right.
You know.
Right.
With this unit here, it's really good. I'm really impressed by it, and I use it a lot, especially with everything. You know, cooking eggs. You can cook on one big skillet. You can cook eggs, hash browns, bacon, all in one thing, all in one skillet. And then, you know, who wants to wash dishes, right? So what we do is basically take our meat, we'll set it on, and it's at 1200 degrees, so basically it won't take that long. You know, like I said, you know, you can watch the game, set the timer on it, you know, or the ladies, you know, you're doing your makeup, you know, you got to boil water or whatever. It's really nice because, you know, who wants to, you know, watch the game and come back here and do this and do that, right? Especially when you're putting on makeup and this and that, you know, this will turn off by itself. You don't have to worry about the stove. And I like my assistant up here, RJ. And to show you how good this is, how bulletproof.
Yay, RJ! Woo!
You can actually, with your hand, touch this part and it won't burn.
Aye, cuz, be careful.
See?
It doesn't get hot.
It doesn't get hot. That's why I use my assistant. I'm not going to do it. But,
RJ,
you know,
was that hot?
Everything you put on here is hot. But the induction is not hot. Obviously, when you put it on the stove, it will. And then, guys, if you don't have this induction unit and you use the pans on the stove, put it at low heat. Because what it'll do is it'll score the bottom. Okay? And that's the good thing about this, the induction unit. It will not scorch the pans. If you put it on the stove, you have to keep it on low heat, otherwise it will. Okay? And then you got all the black on the bottom, then you got to scrub it off. But this is really good. It cooks really fast with the, what's this called again?
The press.
The press, you can put the press on, and that will cook just as fast. So basically, this induction unit is really a great piece of work. You know, I really recommend it to everybody. And then along with the big pans, like so you can cook 2 or 3 meals on it at one time. So it's really fast and really reliable. And like I said, there's settings on here where you can set the temperature and the heat. So it goes to temperature, to heat, and also, like I said, there's a timer on here, and you can set the time on. You know, like I said, you know, if you're cooking or putting on your makeup, whatever, you can set it for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and it'll automatically shut off by itself. So you don't have to worry about, oh, is it done? We're almost there, or whatnot. But yes, go ahead and turn that.
Oh, the meat is ready.
And most of the time, like when you're cooking, you don't want to actually season your food until it warms up. Because, yeah, you don't want to season your food, whether it's salt, pepper, or garlic, or anything, any other seasoning, until it's warm. Because otherwise, you might pit your cookware. Has anyone ever done that? Where your cookware at the bottom looks pitted? Like it's not burnt, but it's pitted. And that's because you're seasoning it before it gets hot or warm. So you want to wait until it gets hot or warm so that you don't ruin your cookware.
But as you can see, it only took like maybe 3 minutes to cook one side.
And you can turn
and,
it up.
And the good thing about this, not like the stove, these pans cook evenly. So it's not like you're cooking on the stove and, you know how like sometimes when you cook, you know, you notice that like one side cooks faster than the other. Okay, well this cooks evenly. So there's really no problem. You don't have to worry about one side being raw, the other side being too done. So plus with the press, everything is compact and it's cooked evenly. So you don't have to worry about, you know, oh God, you know, one side's a little bit tender, one side's a little bit raw. So yeah, it's a really, the induction unit is really good. I'd rather use this than the stove. So, but like I said, it only takes a few minutes, and then, you know, it's done, and, you know, you can start serving the kids, you know, feed them first or whatnot, whatever you want to do.
You have a question, hon?
I was just wondering, how long has that been around, the induction oven?
You know, that's a good question. She'll answer that.
The induction, the induction units come from Europe, and they're probably about 10 years old. But because they're so expensive, for us to put them in, like to transform our households. A lot of people don't have them. You can upgrade, like if you purchase a new home, you could upgrade and get the induction unit. But in Europe, they're predominant. That's basically all they use because they're concerned with health, right? I mean, am I wrong? Europeans are like really health conscious. So again, this comes to us from Europe. It's about 10 years old, and Princess House took it to the next level. They said, we want to offer this to every household in America, so we're coming out with a portable unit that you don't have to install, you don't have to pay to have someone come out and install it. You can take it wherever you go. And that was a good question. You get some money too, Steve.
What about for
Ariana.
What about for reheating stuff?
Oh, it works beautifully. You can set it as low as 100. You can set it as low as 100 degrees. As a matter of fact, our upline, Jennifer, had a 70th birthday party for her dad, and all he wanted was chicken from Albertsons, the fried chicken, and red velvet cake. So she went and bought the 96 pieces of chicken, and she put it in our 16-quart pot. She put it on the lowest heat. Her party started at 1, ended at 11 o'clock. And when she went to turn or unplug the unit and turn it off, there were a few pieces of chicken left. It was still crunchy, it wasn't soggy, and it was hot. And she had the setting all day long at 100 degrees. You can set it on two separate, like Ruben said, it has two different variations. It has wattages, so it goes up to 1800 in watts, or the temperature, it goes to 500, from 100 to 500. So you have your choice of what you use. Okay, so how's that coming along?
No, you did not. Yes, I did. No, you did not. I did. Did she not? Thank you.